What's 9 plus 10? You know what it is. 21. Welcome to the 21st episode of Clip This Podcast. And I was debating whether I start this episode with your bro sucks ass or the 21 meme. And I guess you now know what it ended up being. So not much else to say there, unfortunately. And bringing it back in the new year's. I think this is the first episode of the year. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. So Happy New Year's, people of the internet and people of the anything else, and aliens too. If you're listening, if you're picking up like sonic radio waves or anything, anything at all, you might pick up my lung cancer. No, you might pick up some ancient Roman language that I pretend to be speaking. So now I think I've tricked the aliens into thinking they're in ancient Rome. Anyways, skip the bullshit, skip the BS. Weather report, as always, being boring as always. It's cold. It was sunny today. It's not sunny anymore because the sun has gone down, because it's almost 6 p.m. And we are flying into this episode, aren't we? New year, new me, charismatic as God knows what, as the charismatic as the pearly gates. That's could be a new saying, right? As charismatic as the pearly gates. Even though I've said it in the most chopped up, uncharismatic way ever, but you just have to emphasize your words and just speak slower, emphasize more, and you'll sound like you know what you're saying, I guess. If you speak rapid as shit, then you might come off as a come off. You might be a come off to anyone listening, meaning a turn off, but a come off instead. And that doesn't come off weird at all, I don't think. See what I did there? But anyways, moving on to the apartment update. I've gotten some new things, I think, and it's looking nice. So if anyone ever listens to this podcast, I might start making videos. There's a video format as well, but not until then. Fuck no, like God no, like God better know I won't do that, but God doesn't know me at all. So, or maybe he does. Maybe he watches me lie scared in bed at night and think about walrus, one walrus, and the beaks of pelicans, and the noise that they make when they give head. Wonder what that feels like, pelican head, But I've got no idea what this episode is. Like, I think I'm gonna write that down. Actually, I think that's gonna be the name of the episode. It's gonna be Pelican Head, and that's gonna be it. But anyways, a new year. We're actually a bit into the new year because I took a couple of weeks off. Actually, I took like 3 weeks off, I think, instead of 1, which was a little bit slackadocious of me. But nobody listens anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's just for me, and I haven't been bothered by it. But I I think I like these. You know, I get into the habit of things. I feel a little bit more productive when I do it. You know, I get to say that I have a podcast, even though I don't mention it to anyone asking, even if they're asking. And that could be a lesson for you all. I don't know what the lesson is, but it could be a lesson if you look into it. And we are flying 5 minutes into this episode, and I'm already out of things to talk about. But hey, it's a new year. It's you don't have to have things to talk about, and I'm gonna show it to everyone. I'm just gonna ramble on. I'm just gonna go on a tangent, and I'm gonna be there forever. I'm gonna be there for 15 minutes straight. So, you know, I don't know what the tangent is gonna be. It's gonna have to be natural, though, isn't it? I think I like natural stuff. I think that's what people like in 2023. I think it's a natural thing that's gonna come along and save, not the Queen, because she's dead as anyone, being in the afterlife. But yeah, you might wanna punch up those toes, you know. And yeah, I mean, I haven't got any plans for this episode. I just got home from work like 45 minutes ago, or no, half an hour ago, and my head is just not there. So that's why this episode might be what it is. But you know, we move on. Something I've been watching a lot of shark movies lately. You know, like shark movies, like all of the shark movies, like Shark Lake with Dolph Lundgren, and I've been watching Sharknado 1 and 2. I've been watching Shark Bait 3D, Shark Nights, maybe it is, Open Water, which actually was a good movie. Like Open Water was a good one. Sharknado is like tragic. Sand Sharks was a fun one, a little bit like Sharknado. It's so fucking absurd, but it's kind of funny when you watch it, and it was kind of hilarious watching it. So, but Open Water was a little bit more like an actual scenario that I could imagine happen, and it was quite realistic. So it was pretty good. I also watched Shark Lake. Was trash. It really was. It was so trash. And Shark Nights was mediocre. It was, you know, standard shark movie. I watched Jaws before, but I didn't watch it. I didn't watch them this time, even though they're the best. At least the first one is the best one. The Reef I've watched, The Shallows I've seen before, and that's a good one. Bait 3D was trash. I watched that yesterday, about like a grocery store in Australia being flooded, and people being trapped in there, and 2 sharks are in there. One in the like parking lot, and one in the actual store, and it was trash. I watched what else did I watch? It was more shark movies. I don't remember all of them now, but it was a gang of shark movies that I watched, and it was something Uncaged. Yeah. It was something Uncaged. The Uncaged one was the second one, where it was the first one out of that series was good. The second one was not good. So yeah, I mean, I watched The Meg. I've already watched before. I like that one. It's entertaining because of Jason Statham, and yeah, I've just been diving into that. Don't mind the pun. And you know, I'm terrified of water now, not gonna lie. I would be terrified swimming in anything at the moment. But luckily for me, it's winter time here, so it's not even. You don't even think about going into any type of water, whether that be puddles, whether that be like a lake, river, ocean, whatever. Don't even think about it. It's wintertime. It's actually not ice on a lake, I don't think, or the river. We have a river, so it's not going through there. There's no ice, but it might as well could be. It's a little bit. It's on the plus side of the Celsius degrees, not the Fahrenheit ones. I hate the Fahrenheit scale. I think it's trash and it could suck ass. But yes, and that's my. I guess that's my sentiment. And I would actually die with sharks. Die with sharks. No, I would dive with sharks. I would dive in a cage, but the 40. Oh yeah, that was the one. 47 meters down was the one, and 47 meters down uncaged was the second one. And the 47 meters down, the first one was actually a good one. It had a good twist in it, and that made me like. I was thinking like, oh, I would love to go in one of those shark cages, but after that one. I'm not so sure anymore, because it's about like two people going in a shark cage, they're being convinced, and in Mexico, and then the cage, like the line snaps, the cage goes down to 47 meters down on the ocean bottom, and they're down there and they're trapped, and people try to get them up from the boat that they were in. Or they were on, and then terrible things happen. So I mean, it kind of says itself, and that made me a little bit cautious about going into any cage soon, whether that be on land or in water. I think I would be more cautious about getting in a cage on land, actually, because the circumstances of that would be pretty weird. I imagine. I mean, there's probably like the Bert David Simon David, that category of life might include cages and trapping people in cages, or not trapping people, but consensually putting them in cages for some reason, and kind of I guess whipping would be something that they could do. I guess coming off would be a thing. Just to tie it down to, tie it into the things that I was mentioning earlier, and this has been very strange. This has been a very strange episode, and I should stop myself, but I can't stop myself because I've actually begun. So I'm gonna finish off this episode, and I'm gonna make some chicken wraps after that, because I've been I took one chicken boob out of the freezer, right? And I put it on the counter, right? I put a boob on the counter, right? And I just let it sit. I let the boob sit on the counter. I let a tit sit on the counter. And then I slice it up. I slice the tit. And then I fry the tit. And then I eat the tit. So if that isn't getting... If that is not getting shit faced, I don't know if whiskey can do it. I'm just rambling, But it actually sounded kind of funny, imagining imagining one singular tit on sitting on a counter in someone's place. I imagine that would be Johnny Tapia's place. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, I'm gonna explain it to you because I want to drag the time out. And it's from Bad Boys 2 with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, right? And they're in this country, right? And then they go to this Johnny Tapia place, and there's chopped bodies everywhere. And he's a drug lord, and they make good movie. They make good movie. Yes, both Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2, classics in my book. Not actually great movies, or they're great in a sense, but I wouldn't class them as like really good movies. I would class them as good movies, and I enjoy them in a sense, but also they are quite, you know, there's no depth to them. It's just a perfect action movie, and what that means, whatever that means. But in my opinion, it's not like one of the best movies. They're not even top 10, not even top 25. But I guess they could make a top 200 maybe. That's debatable. But action movies, they're probably up there, you know. I would say top 100 action movies, at least the first one or the second one. No, I like both. Say both. Yes, we're on the move, people. We're on the move. We're not on the moon, as I thought I originally said, but we're on the move, right? Just like those rats in Johnny Tapia's place. And if you know, you know, and if you don't know, I'm gonna explain it to you. No, I can't do that again. But it's Bad Boys 2 again. You know, that movie that I was just talking about. It's the same movie because the rats are shagging along. They're just shagging along, right? They're just doing the thing in the basement, and Martin Lawrence freaks out, and they don't do the thing in the basement anymore. At the place of Johnny Tapia's place, and if you know, you know, and if you didn't know, now you know. So, whatever the shortened version of that is, I wouldn't know because I'm stupid as hell. But you know, that's what it is. That's what it is. And I think that's gonna be me. That's gonna be it. I wanted to keep this episode short because it's the first one of the year. It's the first one. It's a new start. It's a fresh start. It's not a fresh start, but a new start of the year. A start of the year is what it is. No new and no fresh, just a start of the year, right? And I've actually gotten a new personality, I think, while I was gone for those 4 weeks. So pardon me while I get back to myself and check what has been happening to me, and how I can get back to the person that I was. Even though this might be more entertaining, I don't know if it is, and I would doubt if it is. But at least I've gotten into the rhythm of things this late into the podcast. But I guess maybe that says something, you know. Maybe I need a warm up before I actually start the podcast. Maybe I need a warm up podcast before I actually start the actual podcast. So I'll keep that in mind for next time. But this episode is pretty much over, I would say. So I'm going to be back to doing this regularly just for my own sake and just to get into the habit of things. So I'm going to be enjoying that. And hopefully my sound card doesn't take damage, because for some reason it just breaks every time I record these. I don't know if it's the actual audio device that I use for it, or if it's another program, if it's this program, if it's, I don't know what it is, but something keeps bugging me about the sound card, because I have to reinstall my drivers every time I record an episode, which is why I've been putting this off. So there you know, the actual reason. But it's good that I'm truthful to the people and to the aliens listening who thinks that I'm ancient Roman. You should take care as well. And to the people listening, I wish you a very nice week, a hell of a day, god awful, no, not a god awful, a god splendid night, evening, morning, day, noon, whatever. And take care of your loved ones. Take care. As always, like the video, subscribe, clip this or don't clip this. Take care and peace, you guys.